How I've booked 1,000+ sales calls with cold email, and apparently the best part is they're all pre-sold to my price. Let's get into it. So, point number one, before starting the kind of stuff, my mental notes. I hope you like this production quality as well, because I'm literally just going to be narrating, commentating, and giving a little bit more clarity on some of the things I've been reading about. Point number one. You need to understand, in this world and in this life, outside of business, inside of business, nobody actually cares about you. Your neighbor doesn't care about you. To an extent, I don't even think your loyal pet dog will care about you. They're as loyal as their bellies are full. Your neighbors are as friendly as you are an asset or less of a hindrance into their life. Some of your closest perceived friends, family members, they are only as loyal and strong and useful to you as you are conditionally to them. It's a tennis match of usefulness. It's a tennis match which follows conditions and prices. Only children, women, and animals are loved unconditionally. As the guy, as the provider, as the hunter, as the so-called alpha in your circle, or as you want to be, you need to be able to be providing. You need to be able to be giving. You need to be able to be doing something. You may not be doing that right now, but understanding that epistemological perspective on how people mentally and programmatically are from Homo sapiens sapien back for thousands and thousands of years of this, you need to see that you are only as valuable as a third party will see you as. Once you accept that, you can get out your own ass, you can get out your own head and actually begin crafting and building yourself to be attractive, to be a tool, to be a provider, to be a valued asset. You need to understand that and accept that. Get out of your own feelings of what you find as offensive, strong, good, like whatever political disbelief and ideological feelings that you may have. I can cancel out those with a 7-figure check per month to you to work for me. If you're a Biden fan, I guarantee you'll be working for Trump tomorrow for $7 million. $7 million in your bank account, no questions asked. You're working for Donald Trump now, and vice versa, or for this and for that, what the popular fad is at the time. No one ultimately cares, because when it comes down to it, the man at the house only cares about the amount of food in their child's belly, the security around them, the shelter, and a future for their children, the future for their wife, a future for their circle. That's it. Accept it. Move on. Persistence. Next point. If you want it, you will get it. There is no I try, I think, I hope. You will get it or you won't get it. The reason that people in the gym are so shredded or so big or so strong is because they started that journey years ago. If you're going hungry today, it's because you didn't plant crops a month ago. If you aren't having a sales call today or closing sales, that means you haven't done any outreach a month ago, any outreach 2 months ago. You need to be able to understand that if you're operating in a marketplace, then the consumers or the businesses in that marketplace that are disposed of being able to pick and choose and have the luxury of choice, and you're selling a widget, you're selling an item, you're selling a bed, you're selling a fireplace, you're selling a light bulb, then you need to understand that those 10,000 other people are selling those widgets. It's either going to be you or him. If there's only one meal there, it's either going to be your meal or that guy's meal. If there's only 3 deer in this valley, it's either going to be one of your deers that you're going to get, or it's going to be his deer you're going to get. Either way, you're either going to eat or you're not going to eat. Understanding that bare Maslow bottom rung of survival will inherently build a level of persistence and consistency within you that is going to be paramount to your success ever beginning. Never mind looking at the end journey of thinking, oh, I want a car, I want the luxuries. You need to be thinking about, oh, I need to spend 30 cents for this tin of potatoes and live on that. I need to be able to drop my expenses down from $500 to next to nothing. And I need to survive like that. And I need to be happy. I need to maintain my mental health. I need to have progressive forward growth. None of that, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. None of that, I'm going to fucking start writing in a blog my mental affirmations. I'm going to start meditating for 3 hours, and I'm going to run for 2 miles a day, and then I'm going to forget all that crap. Forget it all. Focus all of your time on the persistent act of making money and accepting that, which moves into the next point. Focus your day or your working hours like committed to every day for making money. All of this around me didn't just manifest. It didn't just fall into my lap. It was hard fought for every day. I sacrificed my youth, and I'm pretty young as it is. I'm 29. I sacrificed the traditional upbringing and all that kind of stuff for my future self. I hurt through personal development and self-sacrifice in order to live the life I desired and wanted, and wanted to come for the people around me in my circle. I work and provide for the people in my circle. I couldn't give a monkey about myself. I really, really couldn't. You need to understand that if you're going to be that guy, you're going to be in business and you're going to be working in business, you're going to be the guy, the alpha, the person that provides and gives. You're going to be the guy that people come to when they want help. You're going to be the guy that they call when they're broke down. You're going to be the guy they're going to call when they're in prison. You're going to be the guy that your second sister, son, or whatnot begs for a job from. You need to understand that your day is built primarily around making money. That's it. If you're not designing your day to be focusing primarily on monetary generating tasks, you're not in business. You're a slave. You're a confused child. You don't understand the fundamental building blocks that you have to have, the equation, in order to make money. If you think writing a blog and doodling this kind of stuff and then wasting 4 hours a day on research writing and maybe doing a couple of tweets about it equals generational wealth, equals that kind of output, then why are you here right now? You're here right now because whatever you're focusing on isn't monetary generating tasks. It isn't prioritizing your day around the stuff that makes money. You're delusional and confused by presenting series of tasks and making them think they're monetary generating tasks. No. You have deluded yourself to thinking that sexy, supplementary, fun tasks such as coming up with business names, coming up with domain names, setting up blog pages, setting up WordPress, buying tools, looking at Facebook, going to this YouTube scrolling thing, the TikTok scrolling thing. You're distracting your mind with the fluff, with the fugazi, with the it's like empty fluff of a box. It's like the static area of a package. It's just things that come along with what you feel is what business is. You don't need anything. You don't need none of that. You can send one email to an individual, because businesses are just made up of individuals. A company, by definition, is a company of people around to a net goal. That's it. That's where stakeholders come from. I have a stakeholder in this group, this company of people, of assets, of resources that are going to take X and turn it into Y. You can contact any stakeholder in a business and present to them a solution, a valued solution, a cost saving, an asset, a monetary generating or a speed generating asset. Give it to them, provide value, be the individual that's giving us that real world value to that person. And you do that every single day. You focus your whole day on talking to people to make money, cutting out the steps that don't make money. You're going to make money. It's kind of like if you eat less and exercise more and you're shocked that you lose weight, you focus all day, every day on sales, outbound lead generation, taking sales calls, follow up. It's like the argument of if we're going to go catch some fish and you spend all day prepping one fishing rod to then maybe throw out, and next to the guy that's literally just got a stick, a bit of yarn, and a piece of leaf on it, but he has 100 of them around the whole lake. Statistically, who do you think is going to have the higher level of success? The guy that spends multiple days, if not weeks and months, designing and building one fishing rod if he's not even going to survive that long because he needs food now, or the guy that's going out there proactively focusing on the task to catch that fish. Of course, it's a terrible analogy, but you should be a powerful, impacting analogy to really emphasize the point I'm bringing here. Focus your day. If it's a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you want money, go out there and make the money. If you don't want the money, that has to be your choice for not focusing on the money generating task. Work to make the money, then work to keep the money and sustainability and scaling it. Don't be worrying about expensive tools until you're able to actually make the money yourself. You with me? Focus your day on making the money. And again, talking about the tools, you need to be able to operate successfully as a one-man band operation before you begin looking at scalable elements that you somehow feel because these guys talk about it and those guys. Listen, if you're listening to crap from other people, if you're listening to some person to say how to make money and they're broke as hell, if they haven't got the £20,000 desk, if they don't have the fucking Waterloo musket, if they don't have a credible background of audited accounts, of realized actual returns, why are you listening to anybody else on how to make money? If you're not listening to the guy who has the money and reverse engineering what they did to make the money, then you're fooling yourself. If you're listening to the fat guy on how to make mad, insane body gains, you're deluding yourself. Don't confuse the whole Michael Jordan coaching philosophy with the line furu, dream builders type guys. No. Don't be like that. You can't be like that. If you want to be able to be making the money and or whatever successful result that you want to be an eloquent, articulate individual to be able to carry your points and to lethal effect in debates. If you want to be able to be the guy that has comprehensive understanding of the interconnecting components of our theoretical spaces of the universe. If you want to be able to be the guy that can provide and give and give sustenance and happiness to their circle through this accumulation of monetary wealth, you can't go wrong by listening to the people that have proven results, proven track record, and consistency, and being able to deliver the tools on a consistent basis. Whatever worked for me might not work for you, but if I've got 50 people behind me that was able to apply what I gave to them and make it work, that's 50 more people than that guy. Think like that. Don't confuse yourself. Don't be giving people money for something that they cannot prove. Do not be thinking that if you train under Michael Jordan's coach, you're going to be able to dunk on Michael Jordan. Don't think that if you had Mike Tyson's trainer, Gus, you're going to be able to be on par with Mike Tyson. Surround yourself with the people that you know are consistent and can prove without a shadow of a doubt that they're an authority in their space. Be able to understand where real authority comes from in its most simplistic perspective. If you want a loaf of bread, talk to the guy that makes the bread. Talk to the guy in the bakery that's there 4 a.m. every day making hundreds of loaves of bread. He's probably a strong advocate and authority on how to make bread very damn well. But don't talk to the guy in the market stall on how to make bread just because he brought the bread from that guy, and thinking that his beautiful loaves of bread on his market stall are a byproduct of his expertise and his authority on how to make bread. This is going to be a key skill, and this is probably going to be the failure of why you probably wasted, lost, and got stolen from essentially all of your money, assets, and time to generate that money by giving it to these fucking fools for these courses and all that crap. You shouldn't be charging for this. You no matter how much money you had, you could not buy all of my secrets, because that's how I make my bread. If I knew that you were asking me these questions to be able to make a bakery that would affect me and my livelihood, would that baker tell you? No, they wouldn't. If you went to that baker and said, I want to be able to learn how to make bread just as good as you because I'm going to go back to my country and I want to start this, you would probably have a higher propensity to relieve, like to give you that competitive advantage and the secrets on how to make these beautiful loaves of bread. If you then said to him, I want to take your knowledge into this other country and I want to give you a piece of the pie, a piece of the bread, so to speak, you would have a higher probability and a self-interest in you being able to be successful out there. Ranted a little bit there, but that's the framework that you need to be able to think of, and we'll look on the mental qualifications that you need in order to get into this business effectively. One last final point on this before I move on. If anybody out there is selling a course and is claiming to be successful in their field, and they're selling a course on how to achieve this result, you have to ask yourself this. If they do not have a 100% results back, money back guarantee, or if you got to go through 10 steps on how to claim their money back, they're a fraud. They're a fraud through and through. Because I've made more money creating profit shares of individuals than I could have ever made selling a course. Think about it. I could make X amount of money selling a $1,000 course on how to make a business, knowing that less than 99.99% of people that take it would make anything with it. Yet if I take 5 people and teach them specifically in my bakery, so to speak, how to make a loaf of bread, how to make money every day for free, but take 20% of what they make for a year, what do you think will make more money? Where do you think, as an actual confident individual on results, real results in business, goes when they know that their information, their strategies, and their systems actually work? I rest my case. So that's what you need to begin with. That's the mental landscape, the hints and stuff of what you're going to need to be able to come into this business with. And this is just one blog post. God, we haven't even started yet. This article is what, 6,000 words. Okay, right. I'm gonna have a quick break and we're gonna step 1.